pass that ball out to the corner. There you go. Wembanyama, little stuff. Bill, have I been talking about it?
Shot clock is off. Wembanyama goes right by Durant. And with the left hand.
Clippers coming in 5-7, winning their first road game of the year Monday night here against the Spurs. Collins knew it was short, quickly gathers it again.
Wemby! Yes, sir!
In that game in Denver the other night, the Rockets, after a poor first half shooting it, was 14 of 18. Only making 6 of their 8 threes. Wembanyama!
Oh, my God.
With the ram. Big time thrown out, and the foul.
And the block. Keldon Johnson a balancing act. Oh, Baba Wembanyama! That's what you paid for.
3 points, 3 rebounds, now 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
Wemby, don't show it all to him, big fella. Pirouette to find the 2. And look at them guard one another. Trying to poke it away. Right back, right? Didn't I say there was going to be plays?
Tried to dump it down to Champagne. It's picked away by 8. Simons weaving his way to the hoop.
And there is Victor Wembanyama. Oh, mama. Destroyed it. Jones for 3. Yes.
Draymond Green with the outlet here for Chris Paul.
Even when we get good shots, we can't get him to fall.
Victor there to be Moody at the rim, rejects that one away.
Zohan again comes up with a rebound and gives it back to Victor. He fires. He scores. Oh, that's a good sign.
So I have to be honest. I honestly was not expecting Wembanyama to be this good, this fast. In fact, I said that I thought that he had potential to be great, but I remained, I admittedly was skeptical. But I think he is an awesome, amazing player. I really, really do. I think he is en route to being something truly, truly special. I think a lot of people try to guess what type of body he will have, right? In terms of, will he look like Giannis, KD? Will he be able to bulk up? What will it be? And I think based off of what I see, I think he'll be an in-between. I don't think he'll be able to get as big as, say, a potentially a Giannis, nor do I'm not so sure that that's even, ideal for his body type. So I really think he ends up being a little bit bigger and stronger than a KD, but not maybe as big and bulky as a Giannis. And I think that is actually the perfect balance for Wembanyama. Just look at that dunk, look at the intensity and the energy, but he has a long way to go. He still does, because someone like Joel Embiid, who obviously has a significantly more amount of weight on him, hung 70 points on him. He just demolished him, and it wasn't even close. And that's not a knock on Wembanyama or anything. Embiid is an amazing player. He also hung 50 or however many points on Rudy Gobert, defensive player of the year. So, but clearly what makes Wembanyama special is not just this one thing. It's not just his size. It's everything that he can do. So I really hope he gets to achieve, the high levels that he really is. My fear is that Popovich is dated. He's too old. And I think, just like we saw in other sports, like Bill Belichick, for instance, in the NFL, the league and the times can pass you by. We've seen this with a lot of great coaches as of late, whether it be college basketball, college football, the NFL. You have to really stay relevant and keep up with the times. Popovich has not. Whether or not Wembanyama will be able to overcome that remains to be seen. You would think that some of these other players that were rookies that were this heavily, scouted as seeing as a generational talent like LeBron James, because that's what we're talking about, right? We could be nice and just judge him as a rookie, but the truth is that's not who Wembanyama is. We're looking at it through the lens, through the eyes, through the view that Wembanyama could be the literal GOAT one day, right? That is the pressure and the expectations. If Wembanyama has a career like Giannis, that's actually ends up being a failure, which is sad to say, right? Because it's still amazing and high levels and more than, pretty much anyone else can do. But just like it would be a complete epic failure for LeBron James to only win 2 championships. That's not what LeBron James is chasing. That's not what Wembanyama is chasing. So you would have liked to have seen a little bit more success, a little bit more winning this year, but it's understandable why not. And it will probably take a few more years. These basketball players typically truly don't become in their prime, ready to go, can truly win big games, playoff games, series, championships until they're like 25, 26, 27, 28. They have to get older, more mature. They have to learn how to win, how to handle the moment, how to handle the pressure, all of those things. You just typically are not seeing 22-year-olds winning championships in the NBA outside of a rare occasion when a great player gets drafted to an already, great team or a team that's, together. Like the best example of this is Magic Johnson, getting drafted to the Lakers and having Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But you just don't really see that now. But I think Wembanyama really has the potential to be one of the best players ever. I don't like to get into the debate of who's the GOAT, who's not the GOAT, this, that. I just like to use words like one of the best, And Wembanyama is exciting because I also was a little bit skeptical of his game and would it be entertaining and fun to watch? Because it's not always fun just to watch people who are so physically imposing, because then it's just your size and strength. That's why there's a lot of LeBron's game that I don't love to watch personally. Watching someone who has to, work further away from the rim can be a lot more fun and exciting. Watching a smaller guy, and I don't even mean smaller where you have to be like 6 foot, but it's just a little bit different, like watching Steph Curry score the points that he does, to me, is more impressive than a Shaquille O'Neal, right? That's just the way how I view it. I know a lot of people view that. That's why a lot of people love these players who are like 6'3" to 6'5", 6'6", because of the style of play. It's this perfect balance between athleticism and using some size and strength, but not relying on all their size and strength. And there are some plays that Wembanyama does where you're like, all right, he's only able to do that because he's 9 feet tall here, which is cool, and don't get me wrong, but it's just a little bit less impressive. Now, some of the other stuff that he does, you're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous, this is insane. So, I'm really curious to see how his game ages and what type of injuries he has. But so far, this rookie season has definitely been pretty amazing, really fun to watch. And you can already see that, you sense that the league, the Warriors brought small ball to the league. And now I feel like we're going to see a new reign of the big men, right? We see how important, Jokic is, Giannis, Embiid, and now Wembanyama, Chet. So I think we'll kind of go back full circle to some of these more bigger guys. But what's really fun and exciting is that these bigger guys can do a lot more than back in the old days. So I think basketball is in a pretty decent place right now, and I'm excited to see what happens with Wembanyama in the future. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you think? How do you think Wembanyama's season has been going? Has he reached expectations from your viewpoint below or exceeded them? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. Thank you so much, and see you next time.